Hi, I'm Anna Ferguson, author of World Peace Yoga, Yoga for People Who Breathe. Thank you so much in joining me in this practice. The sequence in this video is based on the 5 yoga basic sequences in my book. We'll be going through various posture categories such as standing poses, forward bends, twists, hip openers, side bends, back bends, and inversions. As you're moving through your practice, please understand that every body is different and not everyone is going to look the same in any given pose. So please don't get caught up in the aesthetics of the pose. Tune into your breath, tune into what your body is telling you. If you find yourself holding your breath or tensing up in a pose, that's a good indication to adapt the pose, take a pause, or completely come out of the pose. Really honor your breath. And breath is key to this practice. We're intentionally putting ourselves in somewhat stressful positions and then learning to handle that stress in a healthy way. And the key to handling that stress or the stress of the pose in a healthy way is through a steady rhythmic breath. So always let your breath be the forefront of your practice. The practice of asana, of taking these various shapes and forms, are known for benefiting the physical body, but they also do so much more than that. And one of the things that I think is really amazing about these different postures is that when you take the shape of a cat, a cow, a cobra, a mountain, you're essentially taking the shape of different aspects of nature, different elements, different animals, and you're essentially putting yourself in someone else's shoes or cloves or hooves or fins. And this is a way to develop greater empathy and compassion. Whenever you're able to put yourself in someone else's shoes, then you're developing that capacity to empathize and widen your circles of compassion. So the beauty of this asana practice is that while it is benefiting our physical body in many ways, it's also assisting us to create more empathy and compassion within, which ultimately creates a kinder, gentler, and more peaceful world. Welcome everyone, thanks for being here today. Find a comfortable seat, and if you'd like, you can use blankets to elevate your hips and give yourself extra cushion. And also you can see Kimberly here has blocks underneath her knees to support the knees. So find whatever is a comfortable seat for you and take a moment to soften your eyes, relax your jaw. Take a deep breath in through your nose and then let it out through your mouth. 2 more breaths like that. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Once more. And begin to breathe in and out through your nose. As you inhale, allow your abdomen and chest to expand. As you exhale, allow your chest to contract, pull your belly in. Inhale, lift up through the crown of your head. Exhale, root down through your sit bones. And just for the next few moments, on your inhale, you may mentally repeat let. And on your exhale, mentally repeat go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. And essentially, the practice of yoga is this process of letting go and letting go and letting go and letting go until all that's left is your most authentic way of being. Letting go of any stress, any tension, any worry, any doubt that gets in the way of being your most authentic self. So just allowing these few moments to let go of your day, let go of your week, let go of anything you're holding on to that isn't serving you. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. And as the thought waves of your day begin to settle, I invite you to take a moment to set an intention for your practice, something that's uplifting to you. It may be an affirmation: I am healthy, I am peaceful, I am grateful. Or it might be a prayer you'd like to offer up. Or it might be something as simple as, for the next hour, being present with each breath you take. Whatever your intention is, simply holding that in your heart. And we'll send that intention out through the sound vibration of Om. Om is a nice way to tune in, sends a relaxation response to your brain. And it's also a way you can send out your intention through sound vibration. So feel free to listen or join your voice. We'll chant Om 3 times. Take a deep breath in. Begin to practice a 4-count breath. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Keep going with this mental count. And you may keep your eyes soft or open your eyes. And with your next exhale, bring your chin down toward your chest. At the same time, lift your chest up toward your chin. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, bring your head back up to center. Align your ears over your shoulders. Exhale, drop your shoulders down. Inhale, lift your chin up toward the ceiling. Stretch the front of your neck. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, bring your head back up to center. Align your ears over your shoulders. As you exhale, take your right ear toward your right shoulder. And then optional, take your left hand down to the ground and lengthen the side of your neck. Continue to breathe in and breathe out. Then bring your chin just slightly forward. Continue to breathe. And then take your chin back to your chest, hand to lap, and lift your head up to neutral. Draw your head back to line ears over shoulders. And then take your left ear toward your left shoulder. Optional to bring your right hand down to the ground. Allow your right arm to relax. Continue to breathe. And bring your chin just slightly forward. Bring your hand into your lap, chin to chest, and lift your head up to neutral. Inhale. As you exhale, turn, look over your right shoulder. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, turn, look over your left shoulder. Inhale, back to center. And as you exhale, bring your hands at the center of your chest. Good, palms together. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, lower your hands over your heart. Honor yourself. Interlace your fingers. Inhale, reach your arms up, palms face up toward the ceiling. Exhale, lean to the right. Inhale, up to center. Exhale, lean to the left. Inhale, up to center. As you exhale, unlace your hands and reach your fingertips to the floor. Puff up your chest, lift your chin, open through the front of your body. Continue to breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, look forward. And as you exhale, begin to walk your hands forward. Palms may come to the mat and just come as far as comfortable for you. And again, know that every body is different and we're all going to look a little different in each form. So listen to your body, honor your breath as you move from form to form. And don't get caught up in the aesthetics. Everyone's going to look a little bit different. And with your next inhale, walk your hands back in toward you. Sit up tall. Good. And as you exhale, bend your knees in, swing your legs to one side, and come onto your hands and knees. At this point, you might like to have a blanket underneath your knees for knee padding. So go ahead and position that if you like to have a blanket underneath your knees. Stack your wrists, elbows, and shoulders. Stack your hips and your knees. Spread your fingers wide. As you exhale, begin to tuck your tailbone and round your lower, middle, and upper back. Bring your chin in towards your chest. Inhale, lift your tailbone and sway your lower, middle, and upper back. Exhale again, tuck tailbone, round spine, bring chin to chest. Inhale, lift tailbone, sway back, look upward. Keep going at your own pace, and think of your inhalation as a movement of expansion where you're opening your body, and your exhalation as a movement of contraction where you're drawing in. Do your best to maintain a 4-count breath in and a 4-count breath out. And then slowly work your way back to a neutral spine. And just bring your awareness to your hands. Reach your pinky fingers to the edges of your mat. Spread your fingers wide. And then lift the heels of your hands about a 1/4 inch up off the mat so you can feel the undersides of your arms engaging here. And you're taking some pressure out of your wrists. And then see if you can maintain that action of working your forearms and release the heels of your hand down. So you're pressing down the area underneath your knuckles. You're pressing into your fingertips and into your palms while also lifting up out of your wrists. So you don't want to feel any strain in your wrists. From here, curl your toes under. And as you exhale, send your hips back towards your heels for puppy pose. Take a deep breath in here. Really push the floor away from you with your hands. Exhale, draw your shoulders back. Work to bring your arms alongside your ears. Continue to breathe in and breathe out. This is a nice stretch for your toes. And then working the strength of your core and your legs, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, press into your palms, lift your knees, and extend your legs into downward dog. Try not to let the weight of your body come forward when you're moving into that position. Let's do that one more time. Exhale, drop to your knees. Inhale, look forward, shoulders back. Exhale, keep toes curled under. Send your hips toward your heels. Take a deep breath in here. As you exhale, press into your palms, lift your knees, extend your legs, reach your tailbone toward the ceiling. And separate your feet about hip width apart, hands about shoulder width apart. Push the floor away from you with your hands. Pull your shoulders back away from your ears. Lengthen your tailbone toward the ceiling. Lengthen your heels toward the floor, but they're not necessarily touching the floor. Take another deep breath in and exhale, lower to your knees and just take a pause in tabletop position. Check in with your hands. Again, spread your fingers wide, lift up out of your wrists. Inhale fully. Exhale once more, curl your toes, lift your knees, extend your legs, downward facing dog. Work to equally distribute your weight into the upper half and lower half of your body, just like a dog. So just for a moment, on an inhale, bring your shoulders over your wrists for plank position. And if necessary, adjust your feet. So you want to create one line from your head reaching forward, shoulders back, press through your heels. Then without moving your hands or feet, exhale, lift your hips up, downward facing dog. And so now you're equally distributing your weight in the front half and back half of your body, just like a dog. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, lower to your knees. This time, point your toes and then press your hips back towards your heels for child's pose. Your arms may be extended forward, or you may slide your hands back by your feet and release your forehead toward the floor. If this is uncomfortable for your knees or intense on the tops of your feet, then you may lift your hips up and take your knees out wide and bring your big toes to touch and take your hips back toward your heels. Arms may stay extended forward, or you can feel free to slide your hands back. You may also, as an option, place a blanket between your hips and your heels. So just taking a pause here And this is considered a resting position, but if you find that child's pose is not a resting position, if your knees just don't move that way, or if you find that it's just not comfortable on the tops of your feet, or whatever it may be, then take any position that is restful for you. It might be a comfortable seat. It might be laying down on your back. But most importantly, honor your body. And whenever you find yourself holding your breath or tensing up in a pose, adapt, pause, come out, and take rest. And if child's pose works, take this option or whatever feels intuitive to you. And then with your next inhale, lift your hips up. Come back to that hands and knees position. Spread your fingers wide. Exhale, curl your toes under. Inhale here. Exhale, send your hips back and then lift your knees and extend your legs, downward facing dog. With an inhale, begin to walk your feet up toward your hands. You can also walk your hands back towards your feet, whatever assists you with coming into a standing forward bend. Hands may or may not touch the floor at this point. Knees may be bent or legs fully extended. I'll let you choose what feels most comfortable for your body. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Allow your head to hang heavy and connect with that 4-count breath here. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. So always remember to stay steady with your breath. Feet may be together or about hip width apart, and work to equally distribute your weight in your feet. And put a slight bend in your knees if you haven't already. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Take a deep breath in. Exhale fully. And with an inhale, allow your arms to be relaxed and round through your spine to come all the way up to stand, one vertebrae at a time. And then exhale, relax your shoulders down. Good. With an inhale, lift your shoulders up by your ears. Exhale, roll them back and down. Inhale again, shoulders lift up. Exhale, roll back and down. Once more, inhale, lift shoulders up. And exhale, roll back and down. Bring your hands together at the center of your chest. Come back to your intention. With an inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Bring your palms together, lace your fingers. Exhale, lean to the right. Inhale up to center. Exhale, lean to the left. Inhale up to center. Open your palms. As you exhale, take your hands behind your head, elbows out to your sides. Inhale, lift tall, lengthen your spine. Exhale, slightly pull belly in and point tailbone down. Inhale, lift, expand chest. Exhale, press hips forward and lean back a little bit. Inhale, lift sternum, expand chest. Exhale, lean back a little bit more. Inhale, open through the front of your body. Exhale, lean back a little bit more. Inhale, lift up to neutral. Exhale, elbows in, shoulders down, drop your chin to your chest. Inhale here. Exhale, continue the spinal roll and bring your forehead toward your rib cage. Inhale. Exhale, forehead toward belly button. Inhale. Exhale, forehead toward thighs. Inhale. Exhale, forehead toward knees. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knees. See if you're able to bring your forehead closer to, maybe even touching your knees. And optional, with the insides of your elbows, you may work to squeeze the outsides of your knees. Continue to breathe in and breathe out. From here, unlace your hands, reach your fingertips toward the earth. Extend your legs, and with an inhale, bring your hands up to your shins, straighten your arms, flatten your back. Exhale, fold, reach your fingertips toward the floor. They may or may not touch down. Inhale again, bring your hands up to your shins, straighten your arms, flatten your back. Exhale, fold. Fingertips reach toward floor, not necessarily touching. Inhale once more, hands to shins, straighten arms, flatten back. Exhale, put a little bend in your knees and bring your hands to your hips. Reach your elbows toward each other. Press down into your feet. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Exhale, press your hips forward, lean back. Inhale to neutral, and exhale your arms to your sides. Bring your hands together at the center of your chest. And we'll move through a sun salutation. Inhale, raise your arms up overhead. Exhale, lower your hands through the center of your chest and bow forward. Reach for shins, blocks, or take your hands to the sides of your feet. Inhale, look forward, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bend your knees enough to plant your hands down and send your right leg far back, lunge into your left knee. Inhale, look forward, draw your shoulders back. Exhale, lower your right knee to the earth. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, palms may be together or separated. Exhale, lower hands back to floor or blocks. Inhale, lift your back knee. Exhale, step left leg back, hips high, downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, shoulders over wrists as you step your right foot forward between your hands. Exhale, lower your left knee down. Inhale, take your arms up overhead. Exhale, lower hands back to floor or blocks. Inhale, lift your back knee and step your left foot up to meet your right. Look forward, long spine. Exhale, fold over your legs. Press down into your feet, bring your palms together. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, lower hands over heart, bow back forward, reach for shins toward floor or blocks. Inhale, look forward, shoulders back. Exhale, bend knees, plant hands, send your left leg far back, lunge into your right knee. Inhale, look forward, shoulders back. Exhale, lower your left knee down. Inhale, take your arms up overhead. Exhale, palms back to floor or blocks. Inhale, lift your back knee. Exhale, right leg back, hips high, downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, shoulders over wrists, and step your left foot forward between your hands. Exhale, right knee down. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, take your hands back to floor or blocks. Inhale, lift back knee and step your right foot up to meet your left. Exhale, fold over your legs. Press down into your feet. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, lower your hands over the center of your chest. We're going to move through some posture flows that may be used as options in sun salutations. With an inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, lower your hands through the center of your chest and bow forward. Reach for shins, feet, or floor. Inhale, look forward, draw your shoulders back. Exhale, bend your knees enough to plant your hands on the sides of your feet and begin to walk your feet back as you lift your hips up, downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. With an inhale, bring your shoulders over your wrists for a plank position. Draw your shoulders back, gaze forward, reach the crown of your head forward, reach your heels back. On your next exhale, lower to your knees, and just notice that your hips are in front of your knees here. Inhale, shoulders back. Exhale, send your hips towards your heels, puppy pose. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lift knees, extend legs, downward facing dog, similar to what we did in the beginning. Inhale, bring your shoulders over your wrists for plank pose again. This time you may take the option to drop to your knees, or for more of a challenge, let your knees hover a few inches from the ground. Inhale, look forward, shoulders back. Exhale, send your hips towards your heels. Inhale, hover and hold. Exhale, lift knees, extend legs, downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale again, shoulders over wrists, plank. Exhale, drop to your knees. And again, hips are in front of your knees. Inhale, look forward, draw your shoulders back. Keep your gaze forward as you exhale, bend your elbows into your sides and lower all the way to your belly. Once you're on your belly, point your toes, squeeze your legs together, bring your thumbs at your low ribs. Inhale, barely press into your hands, lift from your core, draw your shoulders back. This is cobra. Exhale, let your forehead touch down. Inhale, curl your toes under. And as you exhale, press into your palms, take your seat back to your heels, and then extend your legs, downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale again, shoulders over wrists, plank. Exhale, lower to your knees. Inhale, look forward, shoulders back. Exhale, this time, bend your elbows and lower just a few inches. Hug your elbows in. Inhale, extend your arms, come onto the tops of your feet, lift your knees and thighs. Imagine you're gonna pull your hips through your hands, gaze upward, upward dog. Exhale, lift from your core, curl your toes, take your hips up, downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale again, shoulders over wrists, plank. Exhale, drop to your knees. Inhale, lift your tailbone, slight sway of your back. Exhale, bend your elbows, and this time, lower your chest and chin down as you squeeze your elbows in. Inhale, slide your body forward, squeeze your legs together, arch your back for cobra. Exhale, curl your toes, press your seat back to your heels, puppy. Inhale here. Exhale, lift knees, extend legs, downward facing dog. With an inhale, lift your heels high. Exhale, bend your knees slightly. Inhale, step, walk, or hop your feet to your hands. Look forward, long spine. Exhale, fold over your legs. Press down into your feet. Bring your palms together. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, lower your hands over your heart and then down by your sides. From mountain pose, take your left leg far back and then bring your feet parallel. Have your feet around 4 or 5 feet apart. If you have longer legs, you're gonna have a longer distance between your feet. From here, pivot on your right foot and bring your right heel in line with your left arch. Put a slight bend in your knee. Notice if your knee has a tendency to turn in, and work to line your knee up with your second toe. From there, extend your leg, and with an inhale, reach your arms up to shoulder height. Exhale, extend out over your right leg and bring your right hand down towards your thigh, your shin, or to a block on the baby toe side of your foot. Extend your left arm up and reach your left fingertips toward the ceiling. Optional, look up toward your left hand. And imagine that there's a wall behind you and you're pressing your shoulders and upper back against that imaginary wall. Maintain a nice long spine. Continue to breathe. Root firmly into your feet. Inhale, stand all the way up. Exhale, bring your arms to your sides. Turn your right toes in. Turn your left toes out. And again, align your left heel with your right arch. Put a slight bend in your left knee. Align your knee with your second toe. Then from there, extend that leg. Lift your kneecaps, engage your quadriceps. Inhale, your arms up to shoulder height. Exhale, extend out over your left leg. Take your left hand down towards your thigh, your shin, or to a block on the baby toe side of your foot, and reach your right fingertips up toward the ceiling. Again, imagine that wall behind you. Lengthen your spine. Optional to look upward. Continue to breathe. Press down into your feet. Inhale, stand all the way up. Exhale, bring your arms to your sides. Turn your left toes in. Turn your right toes out. Inhale. As you exhale, take a little bit wider distance between your feet and then begin to lunge into your right knee. Look down at your right foot. Make sure you're able to see your big toe and second toe. Then from here, bring your hands to your hip creases. Push down at your hip creases. And as you inhale, lift and lengthen your torso. So you want to feel this sensation of rooting down through the lower half of your body, lifting up through the upper half of your body. Inhale, straighten your right leg for a moment. Exhale, lunge back into your knee. Keeping your body upright, inhale, bring your arms to shoulder height. As you exhale, turn, look out over your right fingertips. Inhale, bring your palms to face up just for a moment. Rotate your upper arms outward. Lift, expand your chest. Keep this openness through your chest and then bring your palms back down. Continue to breathe. Inhale, straighten your right leg. Exhale, your arms down. Turn your right toes in. Turn your left toes out. Bring your heel in line with your arch. Take your hands to your hip creases. Inhale, lift tall. Exhale, bend into your left knee. And again, take a look down at your left foot. Make sure you're able to see your big toe and second toe. Knee is right over your ankle or a little bit behind. Press down right at your hip creases. Root through the lower half of your body. Lift and lengthen the upper half of your body. Then release that pressure downward and inhale, straighten your leg. Exhale, lunge back into your knee. Inhale, reach your arms up to shoulder height. As you exhale, turn, look out over your left fingertips. Inhale, bring your palms to face up, rotate your upper arms outward. And exhale your palms back down. Keep that upper arm rotation and that openness through your chest. Steady breath. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Exhale your arms down. Inhale, turn your left toes in, bring your feet parallel. And exhale, relax your shoulders. And then from here, option to have a strap. And you're going to take a strap and bring it behind your back and grip the strap so your fingers are on the inside of the strap. Good, facing your body, hands about shoulder width apart. Good. Or you may interlace your fingers behind your back or grab one wrist. Inhale, lift sternum, expand chest. Exhale, drop your shoulders down. Inhale, reach your arms away from your back. Exhale, put a slight bend in your knees and begin to bow forward over your legs and reach your arms away from your back. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Option to fully extend your legs or keep your knees bent. Continue to breathe. And then from here, bend your knees, root down into your feet. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. And as you exhale, relax your arms to your sides. And if you'd like, if you're using a strap, move your strap to the side. Walk your feet closer together. And then pivot on your right foot and step forward to the front of your mat. Good. From here, grab a block or possibly two blocks for triangle pose. We're gonna practice twisted triangle this time. So if you're using blocks, you're gonna place the blocks on the baby toe side of your right foot. Good. And then from here, send your left leg far back, about 3 or 4 feet. This time, keep your hip points facing forward as you step your leg back. And bring a little bit of space between your heels. And if it's easier for you to square your hips by taking your left leg a little bit further out, left foot a little bit further out, then you may do that. Take your hands to your hips. Inhale, lift tall. As you exhale, reach your elbows toward each other, bend your right knee and begin to come forward over your right leg. Bring your abdomen and chest toward your right thigh. From here, with an inhale, extend your right leg. As you exhale, bring your left hand down to your shin or to your blocks on the baby toe side of your foot or without the blocks. So you can bring the floor up to you with the blocks. Inhale here. As you exhale with your right hand, draw your right hip back, point your right elbow toward the ceiling, and open your chest. Option to stay here or reach your right arm up and look up toward your right hand. Continue to breathe. Exhale, take your right hand down. Put a slight bend in your right knee. Take your hands to your hips. Reach your elbows toward each other. Root through your feet. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Good. Exhale, step forward. Bring your arms to your sides. And then if you were using blocks, bring them to the baby toe side of your left foot. Good. With an inhale, send your right leg back. And angle your foot so your heel comes down. Bring your hip points to face forward. Hands to hips. Inhale, lift tall. Exhale, reach elbows toward each other. Put a little bend in your knee and begin to come forward over your left leg. Bring your abdomen and chest toward your thigh. Inhale, extend your left leg. Exhale, bring your right hand to your shin or to your blocks or to the floor without blocks. With an inhale, begin to turn and stack your shoulders and use your left hand to draw your left hip back. Exhale, twist, bring your elbow to point up toward the ceiling. Option to stay here or extend your left arm up and look up toward your left hand. Continue to breathe. Exhale, bring your left hand down. Put a slight bend in your knee. Take your hands to your hips. Reach elbows toward each other. Root through feet. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. And exhale, arms to sides. Step forward, back to your mountain pose. And if you were using blocks, you can put those to the side. Keep your hip points facing forward and send your left leg back about 3 or 4 feet. Bring your hands to your hips. As you exhale, bend into your right knee. Then as you inhale, see if you can take your left leg even further back and take a deeper lunge. Exhale, pull belly in, point tailbone down. Inhale, reach your arms up alongside your ears, warrior one. Maintain a steady, even breath. Root through your back foot. Stay strong through both legs. Continue to pull belly in and point tailbone down. As you inhale, lift sternum, expand chest. As you exhale, relax your shoulders away from your ears. Continue to breathe in and breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, straighten right leg. Exhale your arms to your sides. Inhale, inch your left foot forward until you're able to step it all the way forward. And exhale, send your right leg back. Keep your hip points facing forward. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, lift tall. Exhale, put a little bend in your left knee. Good. Inhale, take your right leg even further back for a deeper lunge. Exhale, belly in, tailbone down. Inhale, reach your arms up alongside your ears. Exhale, relax your shoulders. Inhale, lift sternum, expand chest. Exhale, navel towards spine. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, straighten left leg. Exhale, arms to sides. Inhale, inch or step your right foot forward. And exhale, arms to sides. And just take a moment to soften your eyes. Find your mountain pose. Draw your head back, align ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, hips over knees, knees over ankles. Lift your toes up off your mat. Root down through the inner and outer ball of your foot, inner and outer heel of your foot. Find that place of steadiness and ease, even breath. And then open your eyes to find a steady gazing point. Relax your toes down. Shift your weight to your left leg. And as you inhale, lift your right heel up. Exhale, turn your right knee and toes out to the right. Option one is you may keep your ball of your foot on the mat. Option two, walk your foot up to your calf muscle. Option three is to raise your foot up above your knee to your inner thigh. So choose the option that works for you, and then bring your hands together at the center of your chest. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, raise your arms up, and you may separate your hands, open your branches. Imagine that your legs are your tangled roots, your waist is your trunk, your arms are your branches. And knowing that this is not a static position, that there'll be some sway and some movement, just like a tree in nature. So finding that balance of both strength and flexibility. Inhale, draw your right knee forward. Exhale, foot down, arms to your sides. Shift your weight to your right leg. Inhale, lift your left heel up. Exhale, turn your knee and toes out to the left. Option to stay here with the ball of foot on ground, or walk your foot to your calf muscle or above your knee to your inner thigh. Once you find your balance, inhale, palms together. Exhale, pause, root through your right foot. Inhale, raise your arms up, and you may separate your hands, open your branches. Exhale, relax your shoulders down. Continue to breathe. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, draw your left knee forward. Exhale, foot down, arms to sides. Soften your eyes, pause, and come back to your intention. Bring your hands together at the center of your chest, and we'll transition to the floor. Inhale, reach your arms up over your head. Exhale, lower your hands over the center of your chest, fold forward, reach for shins, feet, or floor. Inhale, look forward, draw your shoulders back. Exhale, bend your knees enough to plant your hands on your mat and walk your feet back. Lift your hips up, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower to your knees. Inhale, walk your feet to the right. And as you exhale, walk your hands back towards your knees, sit down, and extend your legs out in front of you. I invite you to grab a blanket to sit on and a strap. You might like to use a strap for seated forward bend. A blanket is nice to elevate your hips. It makes it easier to come forward with a longer spine. With your legs out in front of you, flex your feet, and if you are liking to use a strap, just place that by your side. Bring your hands behind your back to start. Bring your fingertips to the floor. Inhale, lift, expand your chest. As you exhale, lead with your heart and begin to tilt forward over your legs. Your hands will stay back behind you, but they'll slide forward as you tilt forward. Breathe in, breathe out. And if you'd like, push down into your fingertips to lengthen your body even more forward over your legs. An option to stay here if you'd like to emphasize this movement of keeping your shoulders back, or begin to walk your hands forward. You may place your hands on your mat, bring your hands to your shins, or reach for your feet either with your hands or with a strap around the balls of your feet. Draw your shoulders back. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. If you're holding on to the strap, you may release that. Inhale, walk your hands up your legs, sit tall. Good. If you have a strap, you can place that by your right side. And as you exhale, draw your right knee into your chest. Inhale, lift tall. Exhale, bring your right heel to your left inner thigh. And if your knee is kind of hanging in space, you may use a blanket to support or a block to support underneath your knee, whatever feels most comfortable for you. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. As you exhale, slightly turn toward your left leg and begin to come forward and reach for your shin, for your foot, or possibly take a strap and wrap it around the ball of your foot. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Just work to lead with your chest as you come forward. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale. If you're holding on to the strap, exhale, release your strap, move it to the left side of your body. Inhale, sit yourself up. Exhale, lift your right knee and extend your right leg. Inhale, draw your left knee into your chest, sit tall. Exhale, take your knee down, and if you'd like, support your knee with a block or a blanket. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, lead with your heart and come forward over your leg. Reach for your shin, your ankle, or take a strap around the ball of your foot if you're reaching for your foot. And slightly lower your left rib cage and lift your right. Work to square your chest and torso out over your extended leg. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Inhale. If you're using a strap, exhale, release your strap. Inhale, sit yourself up. Exhale, lift your left knee and extend your leg. And if you were using any props to support your knee, or you were using a strap, you may move that to the side. And bend both knees into your chest. Inhale. Exhale, open your knees out to your sides, soles of your feet together. Reach around your shins or your ankles with your hands. With an inhale, puff up your chest, open the front of your body. Exhale, holding onto your legs, just lean back slightly. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale. On your next exhale, keep this openness through your chest and begin to tilt forward, just as far as comfortable for you. You might tilt forward a few inches. You might bring your head toward the floor. Option to walk your hands forward. Also an option to take a hold of your feet and open your feet like you're opening a book. Continue to breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, sit yourself up. Exhale, use your hands to assist you with drawing your knees together. As you inhale, take a few hops forward on your mat. If you have a blanket, move that to the side and have a strap handy. If you'd like to use a strap for this next position, if you know that you might like to use one, scoot enough forward on your mat that there's enough space behind you, and then slowly lower onto your back. Good. From here, walk your heels toward your glutes, arms by your sides. With an inhale, lift your right leg up and flex your foot. Good. Option to reach for your hamstring, your calf muscle, or your foot, or you can take a strap around the ball of your foot and work to draw your leg in toward your body. Do your best to keep your shoulders relaxed and draw your leg in. So only walk your hands as far up your strap or as far up your leg as you're able to keep your shoulders and your head down. Continue to breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, exhale. Take another deep breath in. As you exhale, bend your right knee, remove your strap, and bring your right heel to your left thigh. Press your right knee forward with your right hand, open your hip. Keep your right leg active and your foot flexed. Option to stay here or reach for your left leg with both hands and draw your knee in toward your chest. Continue to breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, release your left foot to the floor, followed by your right. Inhale, lift your left leg up, flex your foot, and reach for your hamstring, your calf muscle, or take your strap, bring it around the ball or arch of your foot, and walk your hands up the strap to draw your leg toward your body. Continue to breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, bend your left knee, remove your strap, place your left ankle on your right thigh. With your left hand, press your left knee forward, open your hip. Option to stay here and keep your foot planted, or reach for your right leg with both hands and draw your right knee in toward your chest. So take the option that works best for you. Continue to breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, release your right foot to the floor, followed by your left. And then from here, with knees bent, roll to your right side and gently press yourself up to a comfortable seat and extend your legs out in front of you. From here, bend your knees in toward your chest, plant your feet, reach for your hamstrings with your hands. Inhale, lift tall. Exhale, lean back. And you may continue to support, holding on to your hamstrings with your hands, or bring your arms out to your sides. And this is a variation of boat pose. Continue to breathe in and breathe out. Inhale. Exhale, reach for your hamstrings. Inhale, pull yourself up. Exhale, lean back again. Inhale, pick your feet up off the mat, maybe a few inches or maybe as high as your knees. Option to stay here or extend your arms out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Exhale, reach for your hamstrings. Inhale, lift, expand your chest. Exhale, plant your feet down. Good. From here, if you'd like to elevate your hips, and we're going to be moving into a twist next, you can sit on a blanket. And then a nice way to bring awareness to your inner thighs and activate your inner thighs is to take a block at its most narrow width and squeeze it between your thighs. Bring your ankles, knees, and hips all in line. And take your left hand to your left knee or bring your left arm around both knees. Take your right hand behind your right hip. Inhale, lift tall. Exhale, look over your right shoulder. Breathe in. Breathe out. This is TP twist. As you inhale, find length in your spine. As you exhale, Squeeze your block and twist a little bit deeper. Inhale to lengthen tall. Exhale, root down through your feet, squeeze your block and twist. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, come back to center and bring your right hand to your right knee or wrap your right arm around both knees. Exhale, left hand behind your left hip. Inhale, lift tall. Exhale, twist, look over your left shoulder. Inhale, find length in your spine. Exhale, pull belly in and squeeze that block if you're squeezing. Inhale, again, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, come back to center. And as you exhale, if you're using a block, remove your block and extend your legs out in front of you. Flex your feet. Inhale, draw right knee into chest. Option to stay here, or as you exhale, cross your foot over your knee. Right hand behind right hip. Inhale, left arm up. And as you exhale, you can either wrap your arm around your leg like you're giving it a hug to twist, or take your elbow to your thigh to look over your shoulder and twist. Keep your extended leg active, foot flexed. Continue to breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release your twist, uncross your foot and extend your leg. Inhale, draw left knee into chest. Optional as you exhale, cross your foot over your knee. Take your left hand behind you on the floor. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, give your right arm a hug or take your elbow to your thigh and look over your left shoulder. Keep your sit bones rooted. Keep your right leg active, foot flexed. Use your inhale to sit you up tall and your exhale to twist. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release your twist, uncross your foot and extend your leg. From here, bend both knees into your chest. Inhale. Exhale, separate your feet hip width apart and make sure that your ankles are more forward than your knees. Take your hands behind your back and point your fingers towards your hips. If this bothers your wrists at all, turn your hands slightly out. Inhale, lift your sternum, expand your chest. Exhale, drop your chin toward your chest and just pause here for a moment. Inhale, open through the front of your body. Exhale, pull your belly in. Option to stay here, or on your next inhale, root down through your feet and lift your hips up. Align your knees over your ankles and take your chin toward the ceiling for tabletop. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, release your hips down. Good. Inhale, walk your hands forward and take a hop forward off your blanket if you're sitting on one. Move your blanket to the side and then swing your feet over to one side. Come on to your hands and knees. Good. And align yourself so that your wrists, elbows, and shoulders are stacked and your hips are in front of your knees. Inhale, look forward, draw shoulders back. Exhale, slowly lower all the way to your belly. And if you need a moment to adjust, you can move your body back so that your forehead is resting on your mat. Take it as far as comfortable for you. So with forehead resting on your mat, slide your hands back so that your thumbs are at your low ribs. Squeeze your legs together and press the tops of your feet into the floor. Reach your elbows toward each other, and then barely pressing into your hands, inhale to lift your body up. Exhale, pull your belly in. Imagine that you're creating one limb with your body, so just like a snake, this is cobra pose. You're pressing down into the tops of your feet. You're squeezing your legs together, and you're imagining that you don't have hands. Your arms are creating the image of the hood of a snake, and you're lifting from your core. Then as you exhale, release down, bring your forehead to the mat. Inhale here. Exhale, separate your feet about hip width apart. Inhale, walk your hands forward and prop yourself up onto your forearms. Stack your elbows and shoulders. Sphinx pose. Exhale, pull belly in, engage through your core. Inhale, root down through your forearms. Exhale, press the tops of your feet into the earth. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Take another deep breath in. As you exhale, bring your elbows out to your sides, form a pillow with your hands, and pause. Continue to breathe. And from here, slide your hands back behind you. Bring your palms to face down. Squeeze your legs together again and bring your forehead to touch down. With an inhale, lift your right leg up off the floor. Keep your hips even as you lift your leg up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lift your left leg up and reach it back for the wall behind you. So you're not lifting it very high, just lifting up and reaching back. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lift both legs up and reach your feet back for the wall behind you. Exhale, come down. From here, activate your arms and lift up onto your fingertips. Draw your shoulders back. Keep your feet pressing into the floor, and as you inhale, lift your head and chest. And lift from your core rather than just taking your head back. Make sure there's no strain in your neck. Reach forward through the crown of your head. Reach back with your shoulders. Continue to breathe. Exhale, come down. And then we're going to put it all together. So on an inhale, lift your head, chest, and feet. Press down into your fingertips for that extra lift. Reach forward with your head, reach back with your feet. Continue to breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, exhale. Optional as you inhale, lift your arms up and hands up off the mat. Exhale, come all the way down. Take a moment, pause. And then bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, send your hips back towards your heels. And take your knees out wide for child's pose. Good. Pause here. Breathe. With your next inhale, lift your hips up. As you exhale, bring your knees underneath your hips. Inhale, swing your feet to one side. Exhale, walk your hands back, sit down, extend your legs forward, and then scoot forward on your mat. And reach for your hamstrings with your hands. Inhale, lift tall. Exhale, lean back. Option to keep your hands here or bring your arms to your sides. Inhale here. Exhale, lean back a little bit more. Inhale. Exhale, lean back a little bit more. Breathe in. As you exhale, create the letter C with your back. Inhale here. And as you exhale, begin to release your lower, then your middle, then your upper back, your shoulders, your head, and your arms down to your sides. Take a pause in a neutral spine. Bring your feet out as wide as your mat and bring your knees to rest on one another. Breathe here. If you'd like, turn your palms to face up to rotate your upper arms outward. Maybe draw your shoulder blades a little bit closer together. And just give your body a pause here. We will be practicing a couple more back bends. But give yourself a moment to rest, to neutralize. And if you do spend a lot of time on your feet or sitting down at a desk, this is a great position to just come back to if you have a tendency to round your upper back. So opening up in this neutral spine. You might even feel that your chest, if you do have a tight upper back and shoulders and have a tendency to round, that this can be really great for opening your chest, even though it's a neutral position. From here, bring your feet hip width apart and separate your knees about as wide as your hips. Bring your palms to face down and reach your fingertips toward your heels. Pull your belly in and engage through your core. And with an inhale, begin to lift your lower, middle, and upper back up off the floor. Exhale, release your upper, your middle, and your lower back down to the floor. Inhale again, lift upper, or lift lower, middle, and upper back. Exhale, release the same way down. Take a moment, pause here. Root down through your hands and your feet. Breathe in. Breathe out. Palms face down, fingertips reach toward heels, feet firmly rooted. On an inhale, lift your lower, middle, and upper back up off the mat. Exhale, release your upper, then your middle, then your lower back down. Inhale again, lift your lower, middle, and upper back. This time, pause and hold the position. Option to stay here with your palms on the floor, or you may work to squeeze your shoulder blades closer together and possibly interlace your fingers underneath your back. Continue to breathe in and breathe out. Inhale. Exhale, unlace your hands, bring your palms to the floor. Inhale, lift your heels, come onto the balls of your feet. Exhale, release your upper, then your middle, then your lower back, your sacrum, and your heels down. Good. From here, take your hands beside your head and point your fingers toward your shoulders. So I'm going to move into bridge again with a slightly different arm position. Notice if you took your hands over your head, if your lower back started to arch. And really work to pull your belly in, engage through your core. Spread your fingers wide and work to bring your full palm to the ground. And if it doesn't come there, that's okay. Maybe your fingertips are just touching down. Reach your elbows to point toward the ceiling. And we'll practice that same movement again as you inhale, lift your lower, your middle, and your upper back up off the floor. Exhale, release your upper, your lower, and your middle back down. Inhale again, lift lower, middle, and upper back. Exhale, stay here, hold, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, release from your upper back to your lower back, all the way down. And then bring your hands forward in front of your abdomen or chest. Lace your fingers, squeeze your fingers together, and then pull to lengthen your wrist. And then from here, extend your legs, unlace your hands, reach your arms overhead, stretch your body long in both directions. And as you exhale, bend both knees into your chest, reach for your shins with your hands. Exhale, bring your feet to the ground. And then windshield wiper your legs, bring your arms to your sides and let your legs fall from right to left and left to right. Just a very gentle twist for your spine after back bending. And then work your legs back to center. Give your legs another hug into your chest. And then roll to your right. Press yourself up to seated. Walk your hands forward, come on to your hands and knees. Spread your fingers wide. Exhale, curl your toes, lift knees, extend legs, downward facing dog. Inhale, walk your feet toward your hands or your hands back toward your feet, whatever works. Exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, round through your spine, come all the way up to stand. And exhale, relax your shoulders down. From here, we're gonna move our mats to the wall for inversions. All right, so we are moving into inversions. And a few things about inversions is, one is that if you have high blood pressure, detached retina, if you have any neck or spinal disc injury, it is best to avoid inversions, in particular poses like headstand for neck and spinal disc injury, but just really honor your body and listen to what's coming up, and there's always different alternatives. And we're gonna start with dolphin pose. So come onto your hands and knees, palms on the floor, and then lower to your forearms and stack your elbows and your shoulders. You may bring your palms down and spread your fingers wide, or you can interlace your fingers and tuck your pinky finger in. That's kind of the setup for headstand, is lacing fingers. From here, curl your toes under, and as you exhale, lift your knees and extend your legs. And similar to downward dog, with your forearms, push the floor away from you, draw your shoulders back, and then you can allow your head to relax and gaze toward your thighs. And in dolphin pose, your head is not touching the floor. You're pushing the floor away from you and making sure that you can press so much into the floor that your head stays lifted up. And breathe here. Option to walk your feet closer together, maybe so the big toes touch. And also an option to walk your feet a little bit closer to your elbows and just see how that feels. And take another deep breath in, deep breath out, inhale. And with your next exhale, walk your feet back, drop to your knees, and press your hips to your heels for child's pose. Give your arms a rest, take a pause, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. With your next inhale, lift your hips up, come back to your hands and knees again. And this time, curl your toes under and bring the balls of your feet right up against the wall or the baseboard here. Stack your hips and your knees, walk your hands back so that your wrists, elbows, and shoulders are stacked. Then from here, lower to your forearms again and approximately place your elbows where your hands are. And for here, again, you can have palms on the ground, fingers spread wide, or lace your fingers and tuck your pinky finger in. With your next exhale, curl your toes, lift your knees, and extend your legs. And just take a pause here with hips lifted. And option 1 is to stay in this position. Option 2 is to alternate bringing one foot up to the wall as high as your hip and then bringing it down. And then bringing that foot down and lifting the other leg up. Or to lift both legs up. And you're going to bring your feet about as high as your hips. So you're working to stack your hips and your shoulders and your elbows here. And again, your head is not touching the floor. So again, we're doing this prep position. Firmly press into the forearms. And then with an exhale, begin to walk your feet down, drop to your knees. Walk your hands forward, extend your arms, and give yourself space to press hips to heels for child's pose. And just take a pause here. We're going to move into another option for headstand. This time we will not use the wall, and we'll do it more in the middle of the room. With an inhale, lift yourself up out of child's pose and come onto your hands and knees. Walk yourself a little bit forward. And as you exhale, lower to your forearms. Interlace your fingers. Again, tuck your pinky finger in. And either choose palms together with wrists touching back of head or open palms holding head and hands. Lower your head to the ground. Place crown of head on ground, ears and shoulders stacked. Make sure that your elbows are underneath your shoulders so you've got a nice firm base. Take a nice deep breath in, nice deep breath out. Again, you're in a perfect headstand right here. Optional, with your next exhale, curl your toes under, lift your knees, and extend your legs. Option to stay here, or on your next inhale, start to walk your feet toward your elbows. Now, what has to happen here is this tipping point. You have to bring your hips just slightly over your shoulders to be able to bring both knees in toward your chest and hover. And then once you do that, you'll even out your hips. So keep walking your feet forward until your hips come slightly over to your shoulders. Then as you exhale, bend one knee in toward your chest, then the other, and then hold this position. And you can practice alternating bending one knee in, bending the other, or holding this position. Option from here is with an inhale, begin to extend your knees toward the ceiling. Good. And keep going, reaching knees toward the ceiling. Then as you exhale, fully extend your legs, and you'll stack your ankles, knees, hips, and shoulders and ears. And it's actually more challenging to hold this middle position than it is once you bring your legs all the way up. And it's certainly all aspects of headstand are challenging, but the middle position, that tucked in, can be really challenging. And so if you feel really challenged there, know that that's normal. Good. So there's an option for headstand that requires 2 chairs and 2 folded blankets, and this is a great option for those of you that know that you absolutely do not want to put any weight or pressure on your head, and the weight instead goes in your shoulders. Your head is lengthened and the shoulders push away from your ears. And I also want to bring up the important point of not using momentum to kick up into headstand, whatever variation you're doing, especially when your head is on the floor, because it can tweak your neck if you use momentum. And it's important to really just take the time and build the core strength for this position. So Brett is going to demonstrate using the 2 chairs here, and if you're doing this at home, I do recommend having a spotter. So we've got Sarah here to spot, and what you're going to do is place your head between the 2 chairs and then grip the front legs of the chair. So your shoulders are resting on the blankets of the chair. From here, similar to the steps we've taken to headstand already, with an exhale, curl your toes under and lift your knees. With an inhale, walk your feet towards the chairs. Good. And then from here, you can exhale and just bend one knee into your chest. And then inhale your leg down, foot to the floor. And exhale, bend other knee into chest. Inhale your leg down, foot to the floor. And you can repeat that, or on an exhale, work to bend both knees into your chest. And then with an inhale, take knees up toward the ceiling. And your feet might even touch the wall if you're using the wall. Then from there, extend your legs. Good. And you can take your feet all the way to rest on the wall if you'd like, as an option, and use the wall as support, and just kind of play around with taking your feet a little bit away from the wall and having your feet rest on the wall. This is an option for your headstand. And you can see there's no weight of the head on the floor. So if you do have a spinal or neck injury, this is a great alternative to not putting any weight on your head. And then to come out of it, exhale, bend your knees into your chest. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, you can either bring both feet down at the same time or one foot down at a time to the ground. Good. And then from here, inhale to walk your feet back. And as you exhale, lower to your knees. And inhale to slowly lift your head up out of the chair. And exhale, sit back on your heels. So we are moving into legs up the wall with option for shoulder stand. To begin with an inhale to come out of child's pose, lift up onto your hands and knees. And then take your stack of 2 blankets and bring it against the wall. And I recommend actually having a few inches between the wall and your blankets. It makes it a little bit easier to get into. And then just have a seat on your blankets and face forward. From here, bend your knees and plant your feet on the ground, and then walk your feet to the left. So you're sitting on the side of your blankets. Good. Take your hands behind you to use for support. And with an inhale, walk your left leg up the wall, followed by your right. And as you exhale, just working to maneuver your hips around to rest on the blankets. Hardest part is getting into the pose. And then you'll release your shoulders and your head down to the ground. So you want to end up with your sacrum supported by the blankets and the wall supporting your legs. And you can take your blankets further away from the wall to have that support. So as Kim just demonstrated here, she kind of pushed her feet into the wall to lift her hips up and pull the blankets more underneath her. So that's a great option. And you can also work to scoot more forward if that's more comfortable. But your legs can be at a little bit of an angle, or you might be close to having your hips, knees, and ankles stacked, whatever works for you. And the idea here is that you're supported in this position. The two blankets are supporting your sacrum. You're able to keep your shoulders and your head relaxed on the ground. And this is, once you actually get into the position, the hard part is coming into it, but once you're actually in it, it is a fairly easy position to hold and just stay steady and relax in. And of course, if you do have tighter hamstrings or things, you just find it difficult getting your legs up there, then I recommend having your legs up at an angle. That will make it easier for you to hold the position. And you may hold this position for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. We're not going to hold it quite that long, but when you're doing your personal practice, you may spend as much time as you like in this pose, ideally around 5 to 10 minutes, but you can always come out earlier. And with the wall supporting your legs, you don't have to use the effort of keeping your legs lifted. You're able to just completely relax in the pose with the support of the floor, holding up your hips, the support of the wall, holding up your legs, and just releasing your shoulders, your head, your back into the floor, your sacrum into the blankets, your legs against the wall. And so option one is just to stay in this legs up the wall position with your hips staying grounded on the blankets. The next option, and this is moving into shoulder stand, is as you exhale, bend your knees and take your feet to the wall. So the ball and sole of your foot is on the wall. Good. From here, turn your palms down and bring your arms as close into your body as you're able. And as you exhale, press your palms into the floor and press your feet into the wall to lift your hips up away from the blankets. Good. Then optional from here, inhale, walk your feet a little bit higher up the wall until your ankles and your knees are even with each other. And then see if you can push even more into the wall to lift your hips and bring them in alignment with your shoulders. And they may not be in perfect alignment, but working toward that. And an option to stay here, or bend your elbows and take your hands to support your back. If possible, baby fingers touch and your fingers point toward the ceiling. Then with an inhale, lift one leg away from the wall. Exhale, bring your foot back to where it was. Inhale, lift your left leg up away from the wall. Exhale, bend your knee, place your foot back to the wall. And then you may alternate lifting one leg and the other, or work to take both feet away from the wall and balance in your shoulder stand. Now, This shoulder stand option is done without any support underneath the shoulders to elevate the shoulders. So just be really cautious that you're not feeling any strain or pain in your neck. If you are, there's other options for shoulder stand that have a little bit more support and lift your shoulders that will also go through. And if you did choose the shoulder stand option, with an exhale, extend your arms and bring your palms to the ground. Good. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, slowly lower your sacrum back to the blankets. And with an inhale, fully extend your legs and come back to legs up the wall. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Take another deep breath in. And then to come out of this pose, as you exhale, bend your knees and then roll to your right side to come off the blankets. Use your hands to assist you to press yourself up. And then just find a comfortable seat on your blankets. Take a pause here. We're going to practice shoulder stand, and we're going to practice it away from the wall. So what I'd like you to do is grab one of the blankets you're sitting on, and Kim and Brett will take the blanket and unfold it once and place it midway down the mat. And Sarah will take the blanket, unfold it once, and fold it so it's a more narrow width. Kim and Brett are folding the mat over the blanket, and then Sarah is taking it lengthwise with the mat. From here, you'll lie down so that your shoulders come to the edge of the mat or your blanket. In Sarah's case, her sacrum will rest a little bit on the blanket, as well as the length of her back and shoulders. And also in Sarah's case, the shoulders may release a little bit to the sides of the blanket. All these options what these options are doing are elevating the shoulders so that you're not putting strain in your neck. It's very common when you lift your legs up in shoulder stands into a shoulder stand that the cervical spine can sometimes press into the floor. So what we're doing by elevating the shoulders is taking any pressure out of the cervical spine. And if one blanket is not enough, you may also have more than one blanket. So from here, I'm going to give a couple options for coming into it. I'm going to start with Kim. Her knees are bent and she's got a block nearby. So with an inhale, just lift your hips up enough to bring the block underneath your hips. And then as you exhale, just release your hips down onto that block. So what this is doing is giving Kim a little bit of boost because it can be challenging to get your legs up and over your head. And the block gives you that little boost to get your legs up there and your feet off the floor. And then for Brett, with an inhale, lift your legs up. Good, and bring your palms to the floor beside your hips. I'm going to instruct Brett to use a strap. What the strap does is it assists with keeping your elbows in, because a really challenging part of shoulder stand is keeping your elbows in when you're holding the position. So with an exhale, Brett, take your feet over your head. So this is plow position, pressing into plow, and then grab your strap. And what she's going to do, and this is tricky to do by yourself, so if you have someone that can assist you, that's great. You're going to take your strap and bring it over your arms and just above your elbow crease. So you can also see me demonstrating here. And she's going to support her back with her hands and the elbows in. So pinky fingers reaching toward each other and fingers pointing toward the ceiling, in my case, fingers pointing toward the floor, but it's the same thing essentially. And then for Sarah, also take her into plow pose. So just start by, with an inhale, lift your legs up toward the ceiling. As you exhale, press into your palms and take your feet over your head. Good. Now your feet may or may not touch down to the ground. From here, bend your elbows and take your hands to support your back. Good. And then with an inhale, everyone can lift their legs up from the position they're in. So Kim is lifting her legs up with the support of the block underneath. And Brett is lifting up with the support of the strap to keep elbows in. And Sarah is lifting up with the support of the blanket. Now, if Kim wanted to take the option to press into palms and take feet overhead and work to lift up her hips away from the block, that is a possibility, but not necessary. And again, you may hold shoulder stand for anywhere from 5 breaths to 5 minutes, whatever you feel comfortable with. We're not going to hold very long in this practice. Kim, I'm going to have you stay where you're at since you're supported by the block. And for Brett and Sarah, with an exhale, take your feet over your head back to plow pose. And again, your toes may or may not touch down to the ground. Once you've brought your feet down, with an exhale, extend your arms and bring your palms to the floor. Good. And at this point, Brett can remove her strap. Wherever you're at, just continue to breathe. Good. Take a deep breath in together, deep breath out, another deep breath in. And then on an exhale, Kim will bend knees and place feet on floor. On an exhale, Brett and Sarah will slowly begin to release from their upper back to their middle back to their lower back, their sacrum to the floor. So they'll end up with the sacrum on the floor and the legs still lifted up toward the ceiling. Once the sacrum is on the floor, inhale, just take a pause. And exhale, bend your knees, place your feet to the ground. Good. And Kim has a block underneath, so with an inhale, lift your hips up enough to remove the block. And as you exhale, release down. And then from here, roll to one side to press yourself up to seated. And we'll prepare for relaxation. So make your way to a comfortable position on your back, and there's different options for relaxation. And you'll see here that we have Kim with knees bent, feet out wide, knees together. This helps to support the low back, as does a bolster underneath your knees or your blanket. Or you might find that it's comfortable just to lie with legs extended without any props. But choose what is most comfortable for you and connect with a place of stillness. And I invite you to take a deep breath in through your nose and let it out through your mouth. 2 more breaths like that. Inhale through your nose and exhale. Once more. Just allowing your body to completely surrender here. And when you allow this time for a pause, when you allow this time for self-care, you're better able to not only serve yourself, but to serve fellow beings, to serve the earth. So give yourself this time to pause, to be still. And from this place of stillness, bring your awareness to your right hand thumb, your first finger, second finger, third and fourth finger. Become aware of your right wrist, your forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, and armpit. Become aware of the right side of your torso, upper right leg, lower right leg, ankle, foot, and right toes. Move your awareness to your left hand thumb, your first finger, second finger, third and fourth finger. Become aware of your left wrist, your forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, and armpit. Awareness of the left side of your torso, upper left leg, lower left leg, ankle, foot, and left toes. And then move your awareness to the top of your head, your forehead, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, right eye, left eye, right ear, left ear, right nostril, left nostril. Become aware of your chest, the middle of your chest, navel and lower abdomen. Awareness of your right leg, your left leg, and both legs together. Awareness of your right arm, your left arm, and both arms together. Become aware of the back of your body. Become aware of the front of your body. And then imagine releasing your whole body together, whole body together, whole body together. Each exhalation, continue to release from your head all the way to your toes. Feel the support of the earth below you. And just completely surrender to that. Feeling heavy, heavy, heavy. Allow your body to sink into the earth. And then imagine the sensation of feeling light, as if you could float right up off the floor. You've let go of any baggage, anything that isn't serving you. And allow that sensation to feel light, light, light. And imagine hovering between these two spaces, feeling a sense of balance, feeling a sense of wholeness. Hovering in that state of yoga, state of missing nothing, feeling whole, feeling complete. And from this calm and peaceful state, start to bring any slow, gentle movements back into your body. And on your own time, bend your knees and roll to one side. Make your way up to a comfortable seat. And any peace, any calm, any relaxation that you may have received, just considering how you might take that off your yoga mat and bring more peace to those around you and ultimately to the world. I invite you to listen or join your voice for Om. Take a deep breath in. Loka, Samasta, Sukhino, Bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may the thoughts, words, and actions of my life contribute to that happiness and freedom for all.